Friends, a momentous event is approaching between Mexico and the United States, and believe me, very few are ready for what's coming. Mexico is not simply a neighboring country. It is the vital core of the economy across the entire continent. In fact, Mexico has become a fundamental axis at the global economic level. Its natural resources, thriving industry, and population make it an indispensable partner for the United States. Let's pause for a moment to analyze an aspect that is often underestimated: Mexican energy. It's not just about oil or natural gas, but about a strategic independence that grants Mexico a decision-making capacity that few countries possess. Mexican oil reserves represent energy security, geopolitical influence, and a solid negotiating tool. Mexico also has large deposits of natural gas and lithium, a mineral essential for the batteries that power electric vehicles and the entire global energy transition. Mexico has the power to decide when and how to offer these resources, setting conditions and using these assets as strategic cards in negotiations. Mexico has invested in key refineries, renewable energy projects, and the modernization of its electrical grids. This independence grants Mexico power that few countries in Latin America possess. Mexico could ally with other nations to develop lithium and gas supply chains, creating an economic bloc that further strengthens its position vis-à-vis the United States. When we talk about energy, we talk about economic autonomy, the ability to maneuver politically, and concrete strategic power. If energy grants Mexico influence over the United States, technological innovation confers another kind of power. Mexican startups in artificial intelligence, biotechnology, clean energy, and emerging technologies are creating products that not only compete but revolutionize. Mexico is developing highly specialized human capital, young engineers, scientists, and entrepreneurs capable of transforming ideas into concrete solutions. Mexican companies are already exporting software, medical devices, and energy solutions internationally. Technological innovation enhances Mexico's capacity to maximize its natural resources, to refine energy more efficiently, and to develop next-generation lithium batteries. Technology amplifies Mexico's economic power and strategic independence, generating diplomatic weight that the United States cannot ignore. Mexico is also building an advanced, automated, and strategically located industry in smart manufacturing. Mexican industrial plants integrate advanced robotics, artificial intelligence, and state-of-the-art logistics systems, manufacturing automobiles, appliances, and high-precision electronic components. While the United States sees Mexico as a supplier, Mexico can decide what to produce, at what pace, and under what conditions. Smart manufacturing not only requires investment in technology but also a highly skilled workforce that strengthens the internal economy and increases Mexico's independence. There is a force that many overlook: Mexico's soft power, its tourism, and cultural wealth. Every year, millions of tourists visit Mexico, generating multi-million-dollar revenues that boost the local economy. Mexican culture functions as a tool of influence at the global level. This combination of cultural strength with industrial and technological power is unbeatable. Tourism and culture strengthen the country's internal resilience, allowing Mexico to negotiate from a solid position in any bilateral scenario. Remittances represent another strategic economic force. Millions of households depend on remittances coming from the United States, creating a stable income for the national economy that is not subject to fluctuations in international markets. This grants Mexico a silent financial independence. Remittances also function as an instrument of indirect geopolitical power, since the United States depends on the Mexican economy remaining stable. Remittances allow many families to invest in education, technology, and entrepreneurship, generating a virtuous circle that enhances key sectors. Agriculture and food security in Mexico are tools of economic and political power. Mexico does not just export avocados, corn, tomatoes, or berries. It is a key food supplier on which the United States increasingly depends. Internal food security ensures that the country can protect its population against external crises. A Mexico self-sufficient in food is an independent, resilient, and strong Mexico. Mexican agriculture benefits from advances in irrigation technology, fertilizers, biotechnology, and logistics, making Mexico a regional leader in smart agriculture. The border between Mexico and the United States is a strategic asset that positions Mexico with an unprecedented logistical advantage. Every truck, container, or train crossing from Mexico into the United States transports essential goods. Mexico controls much of the process regarding how and when those products reach their destination. The border is a strategic node within the continental economy. Ports, highways, trains, customs, and logistics centers form a network that Mexico can optimize to influence the speed and efficiency of trade. The border also connects Mexico with international markets beyond the United States, increasing its geopolitical relevance throughout the region. Andrés Manuel López Obrador has played a fundamental role in strengthening the national energy industry. Refineries like Dos Bocas, along with oil exploration projects and renewable energies, are emblems of autonomy. Under AMLO's leadership, an energy policy has been implemented that prioritizes national management of resources, ensuring that Mexico does not depend on imported fuels or electricity. AMLO has oriented policies so that the energy industry directly benefits the population and internal development. Controlling energy means dominating an essential resource, granting Mexico a crucial advantage in bilateral or regional negotiations. Mexican monetary policy represents another strategic power. Thanks to its international reserves, responsible debt management, and financial policies, Mexico can protect its economy from abrupt moves by the U.S. Federal Reserve. Mexico acts from strength, anticipating scenarios and making decisions that favor its internal growth. Monetary policy becomes a tool of independence and negotiation. Mexico has the capacity to attract foreign capital, finance key projects, and strengthen fundamental sectors from a position of financial autonomy. Mexican monetary policy is designed to respond effectively to global crises, strengthening Mexico's ability to maintain favorable bilateral negotiations. Rising strategic exports place Mexico in an even stronger position. Key sectors such as the automotive industry, electronic components, advanced machinery, and high-value agricultural products represent significant bargaining power. The United States cannot replace these products overnight. Mexico does not depend solely on volume, but on the quality, technology, and relevance of its products. Strategic exports give Mexico the ability to strengthen international ties, diversify its commercial destinations, and minimize vulnerabilities to possible external pressures. Mexico positions itself as a key player in the digital realm. Investments in technological infrastructure allow Mexican companies to create solutions in software, artificial intelligence, and blockchain that compete globally. By strengthening its capacity to process, store, and analyze information, Mexico turns every piece of data into a competitive advantage. The development of e-commerce and high-value digital services generates specialized jobs and highly skilled talent. Digitalization connects with strategic sectors. Energy, manufacturing, agriculture, and logistics benefit from intelligent platforms and advanced analytical systems. Digital integration optimizes productive processes, accelerates innovation, and improves Mexican competitiveness. Mexico has resources that go beyond their economic value: water, minerals, oil, and lithium. These are tools of power that the country can employ to consolidate its independence. Having control over these resources means deciding what is extracted, how it is used, and under what conditions it is shared. The country's mineral and energy wealth includes lithium, copper, gold, and silver, elements essential for the global technological industry. Water is another fundamental strategic resource whose efficient management guarantees agricultural production, industrial supply, and social stability. Control over these resources directly impacts the energy industry, manufacturing, and technological innovation. The strength of a nation is also measured by the solidity of its institutions. Mexico has taken decisive steps to strengthen its legal frameworks and structures that protect its interests against external influences. Recent economic and legal reforms are guarantees of independence and tools of power. These institutions allow Mexico to defend its natural resources, regulate strategic sectors, and ensure that technological and energy development remains under national control. Mexican institutions facilitate both national and foreign investment, ensuring that the benefits remain primarily in the country. Mexico has built its positioning on the continent through sectors such as energy, advanced manufacturing, technological innovation, remittances, agriculture, logistics, the energy industry, monetary policy, key exports, digital power, sovereignty over natural resources, and strong institutions. But there is one element that could radically change the dynamic with the United States: the ability to execute an unexpected strategic strike, an adjustment in strategic exports, a new technological alliance, or a regulation prioritizing Mexican products could generate significant economic advantages. This is the essence of strategic surprise, acting from strength with precision. What we have explored is the revelation that Mexico possesses tools and strategic positions that allow it to forge its own destiny. Every resource, every innovation, every economic or technological decision contributes to building a fortress that neither the United States nor the rest of the world can overlook. Mexico has potential that few value and that deserves to be known and debated. The true strength of this knowledge lies in its ability to inspire both reflection and action. Allowing others access to this perspective helps society recognize its strategic position and value the independence and strength the country has built.